see what happens in the book that saved the Earth by Claire Polko. The play begins with the historian welcoming the audience to the department of 20th century. The 20th century, she says, was also known as the era of the book. In this era, people read books about everything. In fact, it was a book that saved the Earth from invasion. She then shows the audience what had happened. The commander-in-chief of Martian forces, Think Tank, was sitting in the control room of Mars Space Control. He was arrogant and thought highly of himself. His apprentice, Noodle, stood beside him. Think Tank believed that Earth and its inhabitants were nothing compared to his might. He was planning to invade Earth before his lunchtime. A space probe had been sent to Earth for a scouting mission, and Think Tank wanted updates. But before that, he commanded Noodle to bring him his mirror. He asked the mirror who the most intelligent person on their land was. The mirror hesitantly replied that it was Think Tank. Satisfied, Think Tank commands Noodle to contact the space probe sent to Earth. Noodle located the space probe and on Think Tank's orders initiated voice contact with the team on board. The team comprised Captain Omega, Lieutenant Iota and Sergeant Oop. Captain Omega confirmed that her team had landed on Earth and taken shelter. She, however, was slightly unsure of their location. Lieutenant Iota believed they were in a storage shed. Sergeant Oop thought it was a clothes shop. He further added that he had never seen such a place in all the galaxies. Captain Omega asks for Think Tank's great input. Think Tank confidently informed them that they were in a food stall and the object they were holding was a sandwich. He asked them to take a bite out of it for confirmation. Captain Omega commanded Lieutenant Iota to eat the sandwich, who in turn commanded Sergeant Oop. Oop took a bite with difficulty. At this point, Noodle remembered something. He suggested that it could be a communication device. Think Tank seized upon the idea. He told the space probe team that it could be a communication device and commanded them to listen. The team pressed their ears to the book. Nothing happened. Noodle again remembered something. He now suggests that it could be a form of video communication device. Think Tank commanded the space team to open a bright, colorful book. The team picked up a book named Mother Goose. The space probe team, on opening the book, believed it was written in code, but they could not understand it. Think Tank thought it was vital for them to crack the code. Noodle suggested that the team use intelligence vitamins provided to them at the time of the mission. Think Tank commands them to take the vitamins. The team takes the vitamins. They look at the book and start laughing. They read a few lines aloud. Think Tank, alarmed, believed that the Earthlings have invented the technology to combine agriculture with mining. He told Noodle to halt the invasion fleet. The team read a few more lines. Now Think Tank believed that Earthlings have taught their pets intelligence. He told Noodle to ask the invasion fleet to pull back. The team read the next lines. They showed Think Tank the picture in the book. Humpty Dumpty looked like Think Tank. Think Tank was alarmed. He believed the Earthlings knew of his plan and were coming for him. He commanded Noodle to get his ship ready. He advised the probe team to leave Earth immediately. The historian smiled with amusement. It was an ordinary nursery rhyme book that saved the earth from being invaded. 500 years later, Earth made contact with Mars. The wise noodle had by then replaced Think Tank. The Earthlings showed the Martians how to read a book. They set up libraries in Mars. The Martians read many books, but there was one book they never opened. The historian smiled and bowed out.